So, going back on, I know we just lost a bit of footage, but we were recently talking about times where um, where an incident set you off mentally. It wasn't nothing too strenuous on your mind or sent you into a extremely deep, severe depressive mode where it was self harm, but you did experience situations that sent you into a mode that you weren't necessarily used to growing up. So, on that note, have you ever experienced any feelings or thoughts of depression?
Well, I guess you could say it's depression because, like I said, I had identity theft. First of all, my mom passed. Then I had identity theft. So I guess my way of going through it was that I painted my house a dark color. I painted my dining room, the biggest one, a darker color. But it did not make me want to hurt myself or not want to be bothered with people. And like I said, and I believe in God, and that's who brought me through it because my mother taught me at a young age that she would not going to be with me all the time. So the thing that made me go into depression is I had lost one of my brothers. My mom was gone, so it was just me and my older brother. And we were still close and all that, but it was just a point that that was my loss. I lost my mom, so I was going through that. But it did not make me go to the point where I wanted to hurt myself or harm anyone else. Then a little bit where I had a great nephew at a young age, he passed. So there was a lot of that, but like I said, with my mother teaching me about death, I knew that there's something that's going to come. It's just how we deal with it. And the way I dealt with it was, okay, I'll paint the room, and I always would say it's a cozy room. It's dark, and when you say dark, that's where depression is in a deep place. But I wasn't to the point where, like I said, I didn't want to hurt nobody, I didn't want to harm. It was just my way of showing my loss in life.
So you had your because you were feeling something inside, you sort of made your outside reflect that.
Reflected like a darkness, but not to. I had a darkness, but then I had a bright gold. So it was like a darkness, a sadness there, but I still felt that I was okay. That I mean that I could do my daily chores, go to work, and all of that. I still dealt with people, but when I came home, that was my my comfort of being okay. I can be sad here.
Um, so did you have anyone you could talk to about your thoughts and feelings?
Well, I used to talk. I had a cousin, and at the time when my brother was living, I would talk to them. But they were going through just as much as I was going through, and that's another thing. I think with black people, they always figure, well, you're going through just as much as I'm going through. I'm not going to put my problems on you. And there we go again. Instead of going someplace where you could talk to somebody that's more so, I'll say neutral, because they don't know your half, they don't know the other half. They're just sitting and listening. But when you go to people sometimes that you know, they want to give so many opinions.
And what was there ever a point where you know, you said you spoke about reaching out to other people, but was there ever a point where you didn't want to talk to anyone, and then you realized that you needed to talk to someone, or was it always you had that relationship to just go ahead and
Oh, I always had the relationship where I could talk to someone. But a lot of times I didn't want to talk to anyone because, like I was saying, a lot of times they're going through things too. And for me to add, so I got through it by reading my Bible, getting more into the Word like that, and realizing that this is something we all gonna have to go through, but it's just the way you deal with it. You know, death comes every day, and it comes to somebody's family, it comes to a loved one every day, and it's just the way that you deal with it.
so, were you ever surrounded by, I know you said you had other people who were going through other things, but you also mentioned like on my grandfather's side that we had a few people who went through mental illness. Could you elaborate a little bit on
Well, he had an aunt